Hey everybody, this is Rob and I have that Solar Quest video I was talking about last time. If you watched my last video, you saw that I was performing a monitor adjustment on my Vectrex because I noticed that the graphics that the monitor was outputting weren't lining up with the graphics that were printed on the overlays. I really noticed it when I was doing the Space Wars video, and it bothered me enough that I went online, checked out a few sites, talked to a few people, and figured out how to adjust the monitor so that it aligned properly. So I used the Solar Quest overlay because it has that bright center image there in the middle, which looks like a sun, and it will be because it is Solar Quest after all. And I made sure that it aligned when I'm playing it naturally, not when I'm crouched down like right in front of it or standing up or anything. And I also used a test cartridge to kind of validate my alignment. But now that that's all done, I can actually do the Solar Quest video itself. Now, Solar Quest is very similar to Space Wars and Space War and Asteroids and a lot of those type of games in that you control a ship, you move left and right, you have thrust and fire, and you even have hyperspace. And just like Space Wars and Space War, it has this center object. In this case, it's a sun. In Space War, I'm not sure they've seen it. I've seen it both called a sun and a black hole, but in any case, it's a center celestial being or celestial object or space object that has gravity. So it is an obstacle. I mean, you can't go through it. It will destroy you. And it also has gravity, so it sucks you into it. And I'm pretty sure it does the same thing in Solar Quest. I did play a little bit when I was adjusting the monitor, but not a whole lot. And I didn't go through the manual because I like to go through the manual when I'm doing this video. So I'm kind of coming into that as you are seeing it. So as you can see here, I have the box to Solar Quest. It does come with the manual. I will show you that in a second. And it comes with this bonus cool Lionel sticker. I don't know what Lionel is, or if it's Lionel or Lionel, or I don't even know. I've never heard of it. I'm not even sure if that place is still around. All these places where I see stickers for these stores on Vectrex games, I just assume they're like closeout warehouse stores or like Five and Dimes or something. And I always assume they're out in the Midwest someplace because I've never heard of them. I'm from Texas. I grew up mostly in Texas, somewhat in Arizona around Phoenix, and I've never heard of this company. But anyway, you can see somebody picked it up for a steal at $4.99. Now, Solar Quest isn't a very expensive Vectrex game. It is somewhat common, but it's still much more expensive than $4.99, of course. And it looks like it was 30 bucks to begin with at retail. Now, Solar Quest, again, very much like Space War, or Space Wars, I should say. Space War was the 1962 PDP-1 game. But Space Wars and Solar Quest were both Cinematronics games. And Cinematronics put out quite a few different vector-based games. And if you watch the Space Wars video, I talk a little bit about that. But they're all kind of similar. This one, a Star Castle, Space Wars, they have pretty much the same thing. They're all set in space out of this ship. So you can see here, you have that center bright sun, and some explosions and some enemy ships. So let's go ahead and go to the back. I always like to go over the screenshots and read you the back of the box here. So here we go. All the excitement of the real arcade version. Again, this was based on the 1981 game Solar Quest, which was also in black and white and actually also used an overlay. So it's very similar. Okay, here we go. How many types of alien vessels will you be able to destroy? Seven different types are after you. You must first destroy them and then attempt to rescue the survivors before they float into the sun. Now, I did notice that piece of gameplay when I was playing, like play testing it for the alignment test, but I'm not really sure why you would destroy the ship and then save the survivors. But in any case, that's other than for pure gameplay purposes, which clearly this is. Anyway, don't get your ship too close to the sun. Its high temperatures can destroy you. All right, so a pretty straightforward story. Shoot the bad guys and then for some reason save them. I don't know why. Okay, first screenshot here. Use your nuke to clear out the entire area or an entire area. And the second screenshot here, hyperspace can get you out of a tight spot. What it doesn't say is hyperspace can also put you into a tighter spot if you're unlucky. So, okay, so not much of a story, and we can expect that because, again, it is an arcade game shooter. And you pretty much just shoot everything in these old 70s and 80s games. There's not a really rhyme or reason to it, although they try to give it one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the manual here, Solar Quest. Typically, this is the same thing that's on the back of the box, and it is. So we can skip over that. Looks like this is a one-player game, so you only need one controller panel. And let's see, yeah, nothing special there, so we can skip that. Okay, so what do the buttons do? Solar Quest is designed to be played with the built-in control panel only. The functions of the controls are... So you got button 1 is hyperspace, button 2 is nuke, which is new for this type of game. It's not, nuke is not in either Asteroids or Space War or Space Wars. And then button 3, you got a thrust, which moves your ship forward. That's pretty common. And then fourth button, there's fire, again, pretty common. And instead of the left and right buttons that are usually on these old arcade games, you have a joystick that does the same thing. So how to play, select 1 or 2 players, ensure it's alternating, and select starting gameplay. I can just press button 4. Alright, so let's talk about the gameplay a little bit. Let's see if it gets more in depth than just shooting bad guys and picking up the survivors. So gameplay. The first group of aliens will fly into the screen. Use the joystick to rotate your ship, and button 3 to move forward. You must try to destroy the ships before they collide with you. Shouldn't that be into you? Anyway. To destroy alien vessels one at a time, press button 4 to fire rockets. You can destroy many alien vessels at the same time by using button 2, the nuke. Press this button once to fire the nuke and a second time to release its force. Okay, so I didn't know that. When I was playtesting it, I didn't know that you had to hit it a second time to detonate it. Actually, you don't actually have to do that. If you hit something with the nuke, it will detonate. And I thought, you know, that's pretty useless. But now knowing that I could put it near the vicinity of a group of ships and then remotely detonate it whenever I want, that I can see how that would be pretty useful. The number of remaining nukes are shown at the bottom of the screen. Button 1 allows you to move mysteriously on the screen to avoid being hit. Use it cautiously. It might put you in an even more difficult predicament. That I already knew. Like every hyperspace button ever. Once an alien vessel is destroyed, its survivor will remain and float toward the sun in the center of the screen. You can earn extra points by either destroying the survivors or picking them up in your craft before the sun destroys them. As the game progresses, new types of aliens, who are even faster and more deadly, will enter the field. Getting hit. There's a whole section of getting hit. All right. If an alien collides with you or you get too close to the sun, you will lose 1 ship. If you have additional ships left, you will return to the field with the same type of alien that destroyed you. Okay, that's pretty straightforward, actually. Number of ships. In each game, you will start with 3 ships. An extra ship is awarded for each 25 survivors rescued. That is interesting. It's not based on a score. It's just based on the number of survivors you pick up. Okay, that seems pretty important. Scoring. Points are awarded for destroying the alien ships as follows. Aliens 1 through 7 are 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, and then the alien number 7 is worth 750. After careful piloting, a ghost ship will appear. You will earn 3,500 points for destroying it. If a survivor is destroyed, 250 points are earned. If a survivor is picked up, 1,000 points are earned. It really, really wants you to pick up the survivors. An extra nuke is awarded for each 10,000 points earned. Okay, so you get nukes by points and extra ships with survivors picked up. That's pretty cool. High score memory. I've gone through enough of these to know that none of these cartridges, so far anyway, have a high score memory. This is your high score memory. You write shit down. Restarting the game. Yeah, whatever. Just restart. All right, so yeah, pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and get to it. Solar Quest, Cinematronics 1981, ported to the Vectrex in 1982. Okay, so player 1, we should see a pretty well-aligned sun, and we do. Wonderful. So my first thought on this ship is it kind of looks like a bug to me. So that's a survivor, that little splat, and I'm basically destroying what look to be asteroid ships. Oh shit, I've got my thrust and fire. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I have to do a little bit better than that. I keep thinking like my younger self would like kick my ass at these old games. We're probably just spoiled now. I've been playing Forza Horizon 3. I'm a big fan of the series, of the Horizon series, not necessarily Forza. And I was playing it, and I was showing my buddy Ricky the game, and there's a rewind feature. If you screw up, you can just rewind. I'm not even paying attention now. I'll play again. You could just rewind and go back to the part of the course where you didn't screw up and then continue racing from there. And he's like, you can rewind? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking, yeah, why can't I rewind? You can actually turn it off, but still, it's just a testament of how much easier gamers have it these days. It's more of like a, you know, there's so much competition. If you make something so hard, you won't have anybody playing it, really. I mean, look at the games that are super mega popular. They're usually either free, easily accessible, or both. And complicated games, I mean, they just, you know, I mean, you could argue that role-playing games and such are still popular and are complicated, and you know, I won't argue against that, but you still have to admit that games have gotten a lot easier. Also, they're definitely more advanced as well, not just graphically, but there's a lot more stuff to do. The thing with these older games, the reason they were so hard is because a lot of them were designed to be arcade games and quarter munchers. They were designed to take your quarters. So the quicker they could take your quarters, the more often you had to put in more quarters and, you know, make more money that way. And these games typically don't have endings, right? You just play until you run out of lives. So the gameplay is everything. They have to make it difficult. If this was a simple game, people would put in a quarter and just, you know, play forever. You know what I'm not using? Nukes. I'm also not using good strategy at all. Okay. Damn it. I wonder... Is that counter for the... Is there a counter for the... Oh, this thing's really funny. Damn it. Okay. So, is that 8 a counter for... No, I don't know what that is. I thought maybe there was a counter for the number of survivors I had. See, the thing is, like, I'm being so careful not to shoot the survivors that I'm getting pummeled by the actual ships. So these asteroid ships are pretty easy. They seem to be going random directions and don't change direction to come get you. Okay, maybe they do. That one certainly did something. Not sure if it's changing direction or just... Well, it's certainly changing direction, but I'm not sure if it's changing direction towards me or just randomly changing direction. So that's another kind of ship. I don't know, like, I feel like Nuke would be is too difficult to use. On the arcade control panel, I looked it up. I've never played Solar Quest at the arcade. But you have, looks like the nuke is on the thumb of your left hand. So here, all the buttons, the nuke, the hyperspace, the fire, and the thrust are on my right hand. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to get to, I think. Oh, why did I do that? I thought I could sneak between them, I guess. Oh, shit. So the gravity of the sun doesn't seem to affect me. It definitely affects the space dudes or the survivors, but it doesn't affect me. So, in effect, it's just another obstacle for me. Those things going towards the center is no big deal. Oh, did I get a free dude, or did I just get a... Yeah, I must have. Shit. I still kind of confuse my when I panic, and my thrust and fire buttons get confused, or I confuse the two. Oh, look at that! I ran into the sun. So Solar Quest is a pretty cool name, but it's not like you're questing for sun, right? It just happens to be a... Oh wow, that's funky. Oh man, I just wasted a couple of nukes right into the sun. 41-1. Well, that can't be a good score because I got that like in my second or third game. It reminds me of the score 41,000 brings back horrible memories of playing Spike and seeing the 41,000 point score in the back of the manual with a name, I think it was Diane or Diana. I think it was Diane. Diana. I don't remember. Who got what to me seems like an impossible score. I'll admit, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, some little girl from the 80s got some score and wrote it down. How cute. Yeah, it ended up being really hard to get. I still haven't retried it to try to get 41,000 in that game. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to set a personal goal here of 50,000. I think that's definitely obtainable. Dude, get that. See, like, I have to stop to use the nuke, too. Yeah, those survivors are a big deal. I mean, 1,000 points a pop. Son of a gun. Okay, 34.8, I can do this. Maybe if I just stop caring about, well, I guess that's good design if I have to weigh the my choices of either picking up the survivors for a lot of points or just shooting them and surviving longer. Because certainly if I just shot stuff, I'd get a lot further and not necessarily get a higher score though. And for these old games, it was mostly about score. Oh, I need that guy. Woo! Hey, why didn't that get... That didn't go to the sun. That went past the sun. Oh, I can get 50. I can get 50. Oh, I got this. Yeah. Oh, I panicked there. 51.6. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Probably not great either. I'm going to do one more. And I know I'm probably going to regret it because I'm not going to do as well. But I'm going to try a different strategy. So at the beginning, I mean, it makes no sense not to pick them up because they're so easy to pick up. But when it gets to the harder levels, I'm going to try to just destroy the bad guys and not worry about... not worry about the enemies so much. Or not picking up the survivors so much. Again, a really stupid backstory. Like, why would I destroy their ship and then take their survivors? Why don't you make them like, I don't know, like these guys are like prisoners that are trying to escape or something. You're collecting the bounty on them or something. That would make more sense. Instead of like, oh, shoot the bad guys. Oh, see, I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. Instead of just shoot the bad guys and kill them, it's like save them for some reason. I guess I shouldn't be trying to make sense of old arcade video games. Alright, so they're starting to get to the point where they're getting annoying. Okay. Okay. I probably shot that one needlessly. Come on, hot dogs. Oh, shit. Got killed by a hot dog. Space hot dog. Oh shit, don't hit that button. Well, that was a pretty cool, like, hyperspace animation. Oh, hell no. I read that eventually they start to shoot at you. Alright, so this is the time where I'm going to just start shooting, well, not this one. Where I'm just going to start shooting the bad guys. The shooting the survivors, I mean. Ooh, those things look cool. Oh, wow. They go, oh, wow. They go a lot faster into this. Wow. Oh, why did I shoot that one survivor that, ooh, phase 2. Okay. Does it start over with the asteroid ships? It sure does. So I went through every enemy type. I feel somewhat accomplished now. Holy crap. I panicked and I just shot everything. I feel like the guys in Aliens where they go into the alien's lair and they say don't shoot, and the guy goes nuts and starts shooting everything. Okay. Oh no. Now I feel like 100,000 is obtainable. I won't make you... I'm not going to film myself trying to do that, but I think it's totally obtainable. Oh shoot. Oh, I didn't want to actually do that. I didn't want to do that. So one thing that I don't like about this game is that it shows a game, or not a game, a ship in reserve, and when you die, that's the end. I like it better when the ship in reserve is actually ship in reserve. So when you die, it has to go to 0, and then you continue playing until you lose that ship. So it's really like the number of ships remaining in play, not the number of ships in reserve. So I don't know, that always threw me off. I remember thinking that as a kid, like, am I playing a game, I have one ship left, is this ship that I'm playing that ship, or is it, you know, the one before the last ship of the game? So anyway, I think that's, see right here it says 3, but it's I really have 3. Like I don't have 4. I don't have 4 ships. Okay, so I for some reason I'm playing again. All right, this is the last one. Last one. Okay. This game is, I mean, it's not super easy, but seems like a lot easier than Star Castle, which again was a Cinematronics game based on the same hardware and very, very similar actually. But instead of destroying ships, you're trying to destroy the Star Castle in the middle. I will make a Star Castle video soon enough. But I think it's time to, this will probably be my last Vectrex video for a while. I have some other ones that I need to do. So I find myself doing a lot of obscure shit, right? If you're watching my videos, you probably either have never heard of the systems I'm playing, unless you're part of the fan groups for whatever system I'm playing. But if you've just stumbled across my site, or one of my friends that just watch my videos because you're bored, a lot of the times I'm playing shit you've never heard of. But, you know, like a lot of people like my Dreamcast video because, you know, it's the Dreamcast and the Dreamcast is awesome. But, you know, not a lot of people out there searching for Solar Crest, I'm sure. Or even Vectrex, for that matter. Ooh, that's close. Alright, when I get silent, it's because I'm trying to get serious. Okay. Alright, so I got 2 ships left. I feel like I can get another ship here. There's a... Oh, I'm on the last ones. Oh, these are the ships that go really fast. Or the survivors die. Or go into the sun really fast. Jeez. Yeah, at this stage, you might as well just shoot the bad guys and I mean the survivors. Keep calling them bad guys. Because it's better than them going into the sun, right? You get no points in then. Son of a gun. Oh well. Well, now it looks like I can get to phase 2 consistently. And so there, that Solar Quest, that was pretty fun. I would probably play it more, but honestly, you're going to be seeing more of the same thing. And I think I could probably get to 100,000, but I'm not going to bother right now. Like I said, I have a lot of other things to do. You will probably see the 20th anniversary of the Nintendo 64 video next, so look forward to that. The 20th anniversary has already passed, but I have not posted that video, so I need to get on that soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, as always, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, or you can always contact me on Twitter or Facebook under the same name. And again, look for that 20th anniversary Nintendo 64 video coming up pretty soon. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.